Hey friend, I'm Tina Fike, the Coreblades chick, and in today's workout, we're gonna be focusing on phase one cardio. So if you're just diving into my cardio programming, phase one is where I want you to start. And in this particular session, all you're gonna need is a pair of Coreblades, preferably Coreblade lights, but if you have size ones, you can absolutely just pull your ribbon off and do like this, holding on to the bracket. Or the other option you have, of course, is to just use hand towels or t-shirts. This is a perfect workout for that. And other than Coreblades, all you need is a chair or a plyometric box or a bench, because we're going to be doing a step-up variation. And I'll show you a number of variations if you don't have Coreblades, etc. Lots of ways to make it your own. If you want to get a pair of Coreblades, make sure you comment below Coreblades and I will hook you up. If you are at all interested in getting a do-it-your-own pace app-delivered version of this workout, comment below, coach me, and I can hook you up with my really low cost, under $60 a month membership program that will send you workouts that you can do at your pace at home or more traditional gym variations, etc. So comment below, coach me. I'll hook you up there and get you into my community. Regardless, we're gonna dive in. This is going to be follow along. And our goal here is going to be to stay in the 130 to 150 beats per minute range with our heart rate. So if you have a heart rate monitor, a watch, or a band, that's great. It's gonna help you stay within your targets. I don't want you to push too hard in this particular workout, especially if your goal is phase one, we're building a base, right? If we push our heart rate too high too fast, it actually makes it difficult for our heart to contract and expand, and it's gonna end up working too hard for our goals. We're not gonna get the progress that we're looking for out of this particular session if phase one, building a base, is your goal, okay? Where a lot of people go wrong with their cardiovascular programming is they do all HIIT all the time. And really in the end, you're doing more damage than you are doing good. Now HIIT has its place, HIIT is good, but we have to balance it out with our aerobic capacity and other work zones in order to have a really solid, healthy conditioning base, okay? And without further ado, let's dive in. We're gonna have 5 exercises. This is gonna be an AMRAP workout, so as many reps or as many rounds as you can do in a given time. Now, that said, I want a disclaimer. I want you to stay within that heart rate zone, which in this case should be about 130 to 150 beats per minute, okay? Just to give you a range. And I don't want you to go beyond that, okay? And we want to, if you start to feel like your heart rate is shooting beyond that, or you see that it is, take a break, take a minute, and then come back, okay? And we're gonna go for time. Now, I'm gonna do this for 15 minutes. You can absolutely stop at 10 and then take a break, and you can come back and do another 10, or you do 10 to 15 and then just walk away for today, and you build on that over time. And I'm trying to create these follow along sessions so that you can make them your own, so that you can progress with them over time, okay? So without further ado, we're gonna have 5 exercises. The first exercise is a variation on a Heisman, okay? Like in football, where we're holding the football and we're going on to the one leg. So what I want you to do, if you've got your Coreblades, got your hand towels, we're gonna just kind of go one side and then the other. And I'm leaping as far as I can, and I'm trying to find that mid-stance balance over that foot on each side. And the Coreblades actually help me do that. They help me flow with my energy through my core in a way that helps me get into that position. Now, you can also choose to take out the hop and just step, and you can put that foot down on the floor behind you if you want that stability, okay? So you've got an option here to bring that down. Otherwise, I'm stabilizing on that leg, rear foot is in the air, like so, back and forth. We're gonna do 20 reps total, okay? Now, exercise number 2 is a backwards hop. Couple of options here. You can absolutely do this without Coreblades. I like how they help get the weight back. So I'm actually gonna jump backwards, and you wanna really think about sitting back and finding your hamstrings, trying to get long in your glutes and hamstrings as you sit. And we're gonna do about 10. So I'm pushing and sitting into my hamstrings. And you'll notice how my body stays a little forward, okay? I'm sitting into my glutes and hamstrings. Now, movement number 3, we're gonna do about 10 of those, okay? So 20, 10. Movement number 3 is gonna be with my plyo box. Right, now for my plyo step-ups, you have a couple of options here. You can either just do a step up, and for that, I'm gonna have my foot planted firmly on top of my box, 3 points of contact through my foot, and I'm gonna push and lift through my core, and here. Notice how at the top, I'm slightly forward with my upper body. What I don't want you to do is squeeze and tuck your butt and shove your hip forward. We wanna stay stacked between the ribs and the pelvis, a little forward, so this is glute and core at the top. Little rotation toward that front leg. You can even get in front of a wall like this so that you have something to give you some extra stability balance, okay, with that wall. If I'm doing the plyo version, I'm gonna come up and hop. And you'll note I lift this front leg at the bottom, drive through my foot to come up. You can do one side and then the other, or you can also choose to alternate. But that gets a little trickier in your head. Okay, so you have a couple of options. Pick the one that works best for you and run with it. Now, movement number 4, I'm gonna grab my blades, reverse lunge with chop. So I'm here, I lunge and chop. And I'm gonna do 10 per side. Last movement, runners. I'm just gonna stay relatively tall and get relaxed, and I'm gonna really go for it. And I'll do 15 to 20 double count, okay? So there are my movements. I've got a timer here set for 15 minutes. I'm gonna let you know when it is 10 in case you wanna stop at 10. I'm gonna go to 15, and then from there, you're gonna kind of be on your own to adjust and do as much as you wanna do today for your workout. Something else to keep in mind, make sure you warm up. Whatever feels good to your body, just get your core warmed up, get your legs moving, pick a couple exercises just to get things moving before you dive straight into this, okay? Before you dive straight into any workout. If you need to, go back to one of my follow along strength sessions and go through one of those warm-ups, okay? Whichever one feels good to you. Another disclaimer I want to throw in is that yes, I am pregnant. Every movement that I am choosing to do has been intentionally chosen and feels safe for me and my body. I always encourage you to get your physician's approval for any exercise program that you dive into. Make sure that movements feel safe for you. If you need help modifying or adjusting, comment below, coach me, and we can chat, okay? If a movement doesn't feel safe, skip it. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? Fill it in with a movement that does feel safe. Without further ado, here we go. We're gonna dive into Heisman's and into it. So I'm gonna do 20. So as I breathe in, I'm expanding through my ribs to help get my balance. Remember, you can also choose to step. Okay, I think that's about 20, and I'm gonna go into my backwards hop. I want 10. Super. All right, now I'm gonna go to my plyo, either step or hop. Here we go, 8 to 10 per side. Not as easy as it used to be before I got pregnant. Keep in mind, friends, that I just did an Ironman a couple weeks ago, half Ironman. So my conditioning base is really solid. Meet yourself where you're at. Control your breath, like I'm not doing a great job of right now. Awesome. All right, and last movement, I'm gonna go into my rear lunge with chop. Eight to 10, and feel free to not go all the way down into that lunge. Other side. All right, last movement, runners. Here we go. Staying nice and relaxed through the shoulders and flow. All right, and we're gonna go back into those Heismans. Here we go. And just keep an eye on your heart rate. If it gets too high, take a short break. Get back down to the 130s and then come back. I'm going for 20. Backward hops for 10. Super. And onto your box. All right, and I'm going to my plyo step-ups or just step-ups. So I'm just stepping up right here. Feel free to use a wall or something in front of you for stability. Another option you have is to use a lower step. Always an option. Other side, unless you're alternating, then just go for it. Keep it up. Rear lunge with chop and into it. Other side. And runners. I'm going for 12 to 15, double count on these. Awesome. Check in with your heart rate. See where it's at. I'm at 148, which is perfect. Here we go. I'm on my third round. 20 Heismans. Either jump or step. Reverse jumps, backward hops, 10. Really feeling those hamstrings, pulling yourself back with your hamstrings. Rock on. All right, and I'm going to my plyo step-ups or just step-ups. So I'm just stepping up right here. Feel free to use a wall or something in front of you for stability. Another option you have is to use a lower step. Always an option. Other side, unless you're alternating, then just go for it. Keep it up. Reverse lunge with chop, my friends. If you're going for 10 minutes, this is likely your last round. Inhale, expand. Try to keep your ribs and your pelvis stacked. Feel free to be here. And just step back. Like so, or you meet yourself where you're at. And be in control of your breath. All right, runners. 12 to 15 double count. And kind of go on these. Rock on. And we're right at that 10-minute mark. So if you're stopping at 10, pause it here. You can always take a break, let your heart rate come all the way down, and then come back and repeat for one more 10-minute set. Those of you doing 15, we're gonna go. Heismans. Okay, backward hops. I'm just keeping an eye on my heart rate. Going for 10 here. Rock on. All right, and I'm going to my plyo step-ups or just step-ups. So I'm just stepping up right here. Feel free to use a wall or something in front of you for stability. Another option you have is to use a lower step. Always an option. Other side, unless you're alternating, then just go for it. Keep it up. Reverse lunge with chop. Here we go. 8 to 10 per side. Remembering that you can always just step back if you need to. And runners. 12 to 15 double count. Excellent. Check in with your heart rate. I'm sitting right about 154. And I'm gonna go, we got 2 minutes left. And here we go, into Heisman's. Notice how I stay in control of my breath. I'm not letting it get erratic. I'm not going for speed at the sacrifice of my form. All right, and I'm going to my plyo step-ups or just step-ups. So I'm just stepping up right here. Feel free to use a wall or something in front of you for stability. Another option you have is to use a lower step. Always an option. Other side, unless you're alternating, then just go for it. Keep it up. Reverse lunge with chop. Into it. Okay, that's my beeper for 15 minutes, but I'm gonna finish out. And runners. All right, excellent job, friend. Now, if you want to expand on this session, go for longer, take at least a 5 to 10 minute break. I'm gonna take you through a breathing drill that is perfect to help you get your heart rate down and deregulate some of that nervous system response to that work. And then once your heart rate gets stable, back down below like 130s, then come back and you can repeat for another 10 to 15 minutes, okay? As you build a base. Please do not jump into that right away. You've gotta build a solid base and work up so that you can expand your cardiovascular capacity. It's important. We need an aerobic base before we start jumping into crazy HIIT stuff and other more advanced exercises and workloads, okay? So we're gonna go into some breath work. Yoga block is great for this. You could also use a rolled up towel, but I'm gonna lay back and I'm gonna put the block just below my tailbone or at my tailbone. And I'm gonna tuck my knees in toward my chest. And from here, I'm gonna breathe in and expand, exhale, draw my ribs down, nice and slow on that exhale. Breathe in, expand. Exhale, draw those ribs down. Breathe in, expand. You can rock a little bit, whatever feels good. A lot of people are really stuck in an anterior tilt. And so getting into this posterior tilt, getting the butt a little tucked, is really relieving and beneficial. And so I want you to just take your time, anywhere from 8 to 10 of those breaths. But regardless, I hope you had a great workout. If you want to get yourself a pair of Coreblades, please comment below Coreblades and I'll get you hooked up. If you want to get involved in my community and in my do-it-your-own pace, follow along workouts that you can do it from my app, Tinafied Fitness app. Comment below, coach me, and I'll hook you up. If you need any modification help or anything else from me, again, comment below, coach me, and I'm happy to chat and we'll get you taken care of. Until next time, guys, see you soon.